What's up, my cronies, and welcome back to Let's Play Star Fox. This is one of the final episodes, and in this one we will be finishing up the hard path by seeing this last few levels of it. We're going to start off right now with McBeth, which apparently has a hollow interior due to, at some point in the past, I believe the core of the planet shrunk or something, which left it partially hollow inside, which is a really neat idea. Think about it. I think so, at least. Level's got some really funky, weird music going on, and kind of looks like a red and yellow and orange version of the meteor level from the easy path, except with stuff on the ceiling to dodge. As you can see, you see the walker enemies make a return, and also the tank enemies from the meteor level. Of course, McBeth was the name of the title character of a Shakespearean play, which makes it the second planet named after a Shakespearean character, the first being Titania from the immediate path. Is it Titania or Titania? Not really sure, don't really think it matters. So we've got some infernal buzzing going on right now. I don't really know what the cause of it is. It's probably the missiles being shot at me or something. Yeah, because I shot the missile and it went away. It's kind of a terrible sound effect if you think about it. I guess you cannot fly over that thing. But at the end of the last video, you could see the R-Wings flying up to the planet, and it was full of holes and stuff. And I think I remember reading in the manual as a kid that the planet had been plagued with many disasters, many, meteorites crashing into it, kind of leaving it with a pockmarked surface. Kind of a pockmarked surface, I guess, kind of similar to how Mercury looks. Right, once again, we're going to see how long we can hang on to this shield. Though it probably won't be for a long time. Yeah, this is another interesting level. I'm glad that the developers found a way to make it, from flying from point A to point B, managed to make it to where it didn't get boring or repetitive, because even though essentially all the levels in this game are pretty much the same, fly from the beginning to the end and fight the boss, at least they're different enough to where they're still interesting, at least in my opinion. I guess Andros has mastered the art of hanging weapon technology. You've got stuff on the ceiling shooting at you. A lot of things, actually. Now, where's that buzzing coming from? It's being broken up by some explosions. Well, I guess it's over now, but... Oh, there goes my shield. I guess that's the one thing I don't like about this level, that infernal buzzing that you hear. But it doesn't matter because we're at the boss, which appears to be coming up out of the ground or something. This is the spinning core, which I guess Andros was using to drill further into McBeth, or this is actually part of his base he was building. But anyway, you start off by shooting the 4 things hanging off the side as it spins, and then when it turns around and comes down and steps away from you for a second and opens up, you shoot the inside as it kind of goes crazy and berserk shooting stuff at you. The boss isn't that hard, and the level wasn't all that hard either, especially for being one so late in the medium path, or in the hard path, rather. It wasn't that bad. And just almost as soon as it began, the level's over. I guess I was kind of close to dying there, didn't even really notice. We'll say it right now, spoilers for later in the video, I do die in this video. So be on the lookout for that. 98%, so close to 100. Whatever, can't win them all though. At least it wasn't as bad as the asteroid field level from the last video. Alright, on to the final stretch. The final 2 levels, we're finally at Venom. The evil black and white planet, which isn't black and white. General Pepper's message just has this finality to it. Like, he knows it's the last time we'll hear from him, pretty much. Except, of course, at the end when Fox says, Pepper, come in, we're coming back to Corneria, and Pepper's like, affirmative. Anyway, to change things up, I figured I would start off the level by playing in the first-person mode just to show you what it was like and just to do it for a change because, hey, let's face it, all the Venom first levels are pretty much the same except for the boss. You see some new enemies here, those blue ships and those weird, kind of tall-looking things, but everything still kind of dies immediately. And we still see the same general attack patterns with stuff kind of popping up and coming at us. So I guess when I was playing, I had enough of first-person mode. Well, it's not the worst. I mean, you can, on the plus side, you can see where exactly you're shooting, but also on the negative side, you can't see all of the stuff coming at you. So it's a bit of a trade-off, but yeah, whatever. It is a lot better though than the first-person mode of Star Fox 64, in my opinion. I hated that. And it's kind of annoying to where this game always starts you off in first-person mode on the space levels, but what can you do? Here we are at the midpoint of the level, which hopefully is closer to the end because, once again, like I said, most of the Venom 1 levels are pretty much the same, with those triangle enemies popping up and coming at us. Here's the return of the invisible ships from, I don't know, were those in the medium path at all? I don't really remember. I really only remember seeing them in easy mode. I'm sure there were some. What does it matter? So now, I think this might be the final barrage of enemies for the boss. Hope so, at least. And still, like I said, not much to say, so I apologize for being relatively quiet here, but when you come towards the end of a Let's Play, I mean, there's only so much you can say, you know? But we should be at the boss, I believe, now? Yes. This is definitely easily the most cinematic of boss fights, just due to the boss putting itself together, basically. This is the Great Commander, and I assume it's the flagship of Venom or Andross's big robot bodyguard ship thing, whatever. But the ship actually attacks you before you can attack it, which is unique for a boss fight. And I will go on to say that this is probably easily the hardest boss of the game, in my opinion. I mean, many of the bosses kind of die relatively quickly, and while it may not look like the boss has a lot of health, this boss takes forever to kill. Basically what it does is it flies off into the distance, and you both turn around and basically fly at each other. And its weak spots are those little openings on the top of the ship. I destroyed one of them on that pass, but Lord knows it's going to take a lot more. And I would say that the reason this video is so long is because of this boss. So it starts off not too bad, it just kind of flies at you, you can kill it. But later on in the fight it starts shooting plasma at you, which can be annoying. I guess before it shoots plasma it shoots a few lasers, first off. And there's a bit of a little hiccup in recording there, but no big deal, we didn't really miss anything. Except now the boss is shooting plasma at us, and this is the one location in the game where I found a good use for bombs, because they seem to do quite a bit of damage to the boss, if you can hit its weak spot, that is. You have to be kind of precise with your bombs, which isn't that easy in this game. If only this was Star Fox 64 where you could actually lock on. That was a good bomb though. I think I got one of the panels. And we should be down to one more. Did I just get hit from behind? That's kind of cheap if you ask me. So yeah, I think we're now down to 2 panels. 1 panel now, actually. Because once again, I hit one with a bomb. We are about to die. Hope I can hang on here. I will. I don't die till later. So, when it comes down to... If you're left with one of the ones at the front as your last one to kill, it is quite difficult to hit it. Because you have to get in close, and at that point, it's shooting plasma at you, and you're probably going to get hit. And at this point in the fight, I cannot afford one more hit. I think this might be the last pass. Yes. With surgical precision, Fox shot a bomb at the Great Commander, killing it once and for all. Except you know that's a lie. Because like all the other Venom levels, it kind of goes down to the surface and we have to fight it again. And finally, after that long pause, the victory music comes in. I like how all the teammates, Falco, Peppy, and Slippy all still say the same things, even though they're pretty much at the very end of their adventure. Just got one level left, and they're still like, "Alright, let's go on. Yeah, we're okay, Fox. Let's go." Anyway, we're down to the final level, and we're back to Venom Classic. That's right, the terrifying looking clouds and storms off in the distance are back to haunt us once again. And just like it may seem, this Venom level is quite similar to the first Venom level, the easy path, though with a few more obstacles thrown in. Here's a shield that we'll definitely want to grab, and sad to say we got hit right at the very beginning of that, and took 2 more hits immediately, and lost the shield. Wonderful. Once again, returning from the first Venom level are these red pillars. Kind of teleport forward. And keep teleporting forward. Okay, this isn't really a hard obstacle. Thank you. It's not that hard of an obstacle to dodge. You'd think that if this was the secret super path to get to Venom, and also have a little something harder waiting for us. But whatever, I'm not going to complain. This part is actually a little more confusing than it was in the easy path. Like I said in those videos, you just, whichever way they're facing is which way they'll open up. But now it adds, I believe, the blue ones were not in the easy path, but they switch directions and you can shoot them and freeze them based on whatever direction they're facing. And that's what direction they'll open up. So it's a little confusing dealing with both kinds of these things. Fortunately, I managed to not get hit. And we're doing pretty well so far. And you see, Peppy just seems to be flying right through the obstacles, not taking any damage. I swear they got superior R-wings. Except they somehow managed to get followed by enemies. It doesn't make any sense to me. Here's a reprise of the Walker enemies from the McBeth and the Meteor levels. So how have they not died? Well, there's one of them. And nice, I'll just keep flying into stuff. Perfect. You're welcome, Slippy. Anytime. Here we go, Slippy's about to fly through stuff too. I highly doubt he was safe there. Don't know how he didn't get hit. And I think he actually just killed an enemy. I think that's the first time I've ever seen any wingmate kill an enemy. And suddenly the boss is here. It's crazy. I thought it was almost impossible for them to kill enemies, but hey, who would have thought Slippy would be the one to prove me wrong? And now we realize that the boss is a transformer. He transforms into a robot to fight us. Compared to the last fight that we had with this thing, this fight is pretty much a pushover. It can get a little tricky in the second part of the fight, but it's still much easier than it was. So as you can see, just when the thing on the bottom opens up, you shoot that, eventually that dies, and this is a two-part fight. The middle part starts spinning around and the head flies around, and all you have to do is shoot the head while dodging everything else. I know I'm going to sound like a nerd, but I really like that sound effect that it plays when this boss gets hit. And it's the same one that Fantron played in the easy path when he got hit as well. It just sounds, it's just a cool sound effect. You know, you just have a sound effect that you enjoy hearing. Oh, and the boss is over. But I mean, I also like other random sound effects that I just enjoy hearing is the noise it makes in Battletoads. I think it's Battletoads and Double Dragon. When you pound an enemy into the ground and you're pounding on its head, it just makes this really cool noise. And also, even though I hate getting hit in RPGs, but getting hit in Earthbound makes a really cool noise. And just like General Pepper said at the beginning of the game, Andross was taken by surprise. Of course, he has to mention our probably dead father. Because who really knows if Fox's dad is dead or alive? Fox just could have been hallucinating at the end of Star Fox 64. And I seem to have forgotten how to play this game. Getting hit by everything, it seems. But it's time for the final boss fight. And once again, it's still pretty much the same fight. Oh, and there's another hiccup in the recording right there. I apologize for that. Well, like I said during Venom 1 on the hard path, when things are relatively the same in a video game, you kind of lose track of what to say and can't really think of much. But I will say one thing. Earlier in the video, I said something about dying at some point in the video. It's about to happen. Should happen relatively soon too. Don't know why I was shooting that eye because, well, I'm dead now. And that's what it looks like when you die. I died on purpose, just so you can see. And now through the magic of video editing, we are now back at the boss fight. Crazy how that could work, doesn't it? Isn't it, rather? So you might notice I'm down to 2 lives rather than 3. And if you paid any attention at all, you saw that I had 4 lives. So I actually did manage to die twice to this boss while recording. Don't ask me how it happened, I have no idea. And I don't want to remember because it was obviously embarrassing. I shouldn't have even died the first time. I apologize for being a horrible gamer. But hey, at least you got to see what the death animation looked like, and as far as death things go in games, it's pretty cool. Your ship kind of crashes, it plays this really defeated sounding music. You don't have to worry about hearing Slippy's voice yell out "Fox" when you die like in all the later games. So as you can see, once we break Andross's face open, the Andross dreidel is back and ready to take another beating. But now we see something slightly different. I said the boss battle was pretty much the same, and essentially it is. It's just now on the third one, there's this actually somewhat terrifying demon face for Andross, and the fight does actually get a little difficult. The eyes shoot plasma at us, and the mouth is constantly spewing telekinetic rectangles. Hey, at least we don't have to have the fight interrupted by Andross inhaling, which we can do nothing about. And now, of course, once you bust this head open, it's still pretty much the same thing, and this should be the end of it. And with a laugh, Andross has been defeated. Congratulations to me by defeating all 3 paths of Star Fox, and coming even closer to the end of this Let's Play. all that's really left is really the same ending that we've seen in all the other paths, save for them showing us all the bosses and their dimensions and their weapons and stuff like that for the hard path. But we're pretty much done, save for one other video that I've mentioned in several other episodes where I show off the hidden levels of the game, the black hole and out of this dimension, which will thankfully be a much shorter episode than this one and the one before it as well. I think it ends up being the shortest episode of the whole series, but whatever. Alright, all that's left now is to look at the scores, hear Fox talk about how he's heading back to Cornelia, and look at the bosses. Kinda wish there was a little something extra for beating the hard path, but you can't complain. Oh, there's that terrible 81%. Oh, that was on Fortuna, not the asteroid field. I apologize for that. It's not like the scores matter, but it just kinda hurts to see such a poor score. Only 95% on the final level. There wasn't even much to shoot in that level. How can you get 95%? Maybe it's because I died twice. Oh no, is that... I think I got a score of 666. This game is cursed. This is a cursed Let's Play, guys. Nah, it's just a coincidence.
Come in, Cornelia.
This is Cornelia. Pepper speaking. Congratulations on a job well done.
Roger. I'm heading back to Cornelia.
I like how Fox sounds somewhat normal, but Pepper sounds terrifying. Because Fox is like, I'm done here, and Pepper's like, good job, Fox. Anyway, here's the bosses that you just saw me completely destroy. The Destructor from Cornelia, not the weapon carrier, like all the other Cornerias. No, this was the boss of Intense Corneria. Red Corneria. And the boss of the, not as intense asteroid field, the Blade Barrier. With its completely harmless web attack. Just mildly inconvenient. Here's our old buddy, the Monarch Dodora, which I still feel bad about killing, because it wasn't its fault Andros was controlling it. Or maybe it is its fault because it was stupid and let itself be controlled. Who knows? Ah yes, another recycled boss, the Atomic Base 2. Did it even shoot lasers at us? I think it might have. I think it had a little pilot guy or something flying around that occasionally shot lasers, but it's no big deal. I never really realized how similar this boss looks to the one right before it. The Spinning Core. It's probably a variant of the other one, the Atomic Base. And here is the almighty hard boss of the game, the Great Commander. That attacked with not just lasers, but bad 3D physics. They're not bad graphics or physics or whatever, but it's another one of those cases of the game just trying to showcase its 3D capabilities, having the boss flying at you and stuff, and it just ended up becoming harder than it should have been. And Andros. Except they're not going to show us Devil Andros. Now that's the last we'll ever have to see of him. Anyway guys, once again, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed my video. Let me know what you think. And have a great day.